Alright, welcome back to the channel, and today we are doing something incredibly foolish. So, as people who watch the channel know, I'm a big fan of Arkham Horror, the card game. I love this game. However, as people who have watched the channel may know, I am not exactly the best at this. So, I got the idea, what if, instead of me playing, I let the premier AI, ChatGPT, play the game for me. I did a little bit of this off stream just to test. The chat knows a surprisingly amount about the game and also a surprising little. Like, if you look up here, when I originally asked about the card for Rolling Banks, it said its special ability was you may take an additional action during your turn which can only be used to fight, which is not Roland's ability. So we are going to try to let the chat, I will be correcting any card ruling mistakes that it does, but I'm going to try to let the chat do its thing for the entire scenario and just plug in its resources and see how well it does. Will it do better than me? I mean, it probably can't do much worse, right? So, let's just get right into it. Okay, so right now, I've asked what investigator would you suggest for a solo campaign, because I'm not playing more than one investigator with an AI. This is going to be crazy enough. So, it has picked us Roland Banks, Agnes Baker, Wendy Adams, Rex Murphy, and Joe Diamond. And again, we see another rules reference. Joe Diamond is not a Gordon, he's a Seeker. So, let's narrow this down even further for it. Okay, picking a Mystic, Agnes Baker. That's actually probably pretty good. Okay, and the reason it picks Agnes Baker is versatility. Good balance of offense and defensive. I mean, you're not wrong. Mystics have a wide variety that they can do. Horror management. Yeah, spellcasting. Spellcasting is very good for true solo because it gives you access to basically everything. You only need to pump the one stat. Solo clue gathering, yep. And narrative potential. Who cares about narrative potential? Okay, so now comes the moment of truth. Build a deck for a solo campaign with Agnes Baker. As you can see, it is building an actual deck. I am not going to go over this point by point just to see. A fire axe? You can't. Yeah, I'm not going to go with it just to be like, oh, you can't actually play this because you don't have the rules for whatever. We're just. Because otherwise we'd be here all damn day. So we're going to put this into Arkham DB and I will be right back. Dude, I had a heart attack for a second because when I popped in to choose an investigator, the first one it popped up was Agnes Baker. I'm like, oh my god, is this game spying on me? But then I realized it's just in alphabetical order. Okay. Okay, we're back, and that was tedious to say the least. First, okay, let's just go through the log. Where is it? So, I know I said I wasn't going to try to make it legal, but I did in fact make it legal. So, first it gave me a 40 card deck. So I had it trim it down to 30, which is this. And it gave us Mind Over Matter, I've Got a Plan, and Deduction, which are all secret cards, unable for Agnes. So, we replaced them with this, which gave us somehow 4 copies of Unexpected Courage. It thought 2 were in events and 2 were skills. And it took so long to get it to get a replacement that was actually legal. But we got it, and this is the final deck. We have 2 Fire Axes, a 1 Rite of Seeking, 2 Scrying for God only knows what reason, 2 Shrivelings, her signature card, 2 Rosaries, 2 Arcane Initiates, 2 Peter Sylvesters, 1 Signature Weakness, 2 Drawn to the Flames, 2 Emergency Cast, 2 Ward's Protection, 1 Ward of Radiance, 2 Fearless, 2 Guts, 2 Perception, 2 Resourceful, 2 Unexpected Scourges, and 1 Randame Weakness. Oh my lord. And speaking of random weaknesses, let's see what it is, shall we? The random weakness is Stupor. We got that in the Circle Undone one. Okay. So, let's see what we do, huh? Again, the AI is going to take care of everything. I'm going to try to do it the best I can, but we'll see. Okay, so now I get to tell the AI exactly what's in the hand and let it do the mulligan. Oh, this better get views. This is taking so damn long. Okay, the opening hand is 2 resourceful, 1 fearless, 1 drawn to the flame, 1 unexpected cards. Which cards would you mulligan, if any? Based on this, you might consider mulligan one of the resourceful cards, potentially draw a different card that can contribute to early game synergy. However, keep in mind that you have a composition deck synergies. Remember that the mulligan. Okay, so we're mulligan 1 resourceful and keeping everything else. Okay? And we get a scrying. I don't know why, it just, whatever. Okay, so let's see if it can. Okay, let's see if it can figure out how to get out of here. Okay, you are currently in a 2-shroud location with 2 clues. No other locations in play, and we need 2 clues to advance. What do you do? As Agnes Baker in the scenario, where you're in the location with 2 shroud and 2 clues, and you need 2 clues to advance, here's a suggested course of action. Investigate the location. Agnes has a base intellect of 3. She does not. Oh my god, it took like 20 minutes, but we finally got a legal action for the first turn. It tried to play resourceful, as it thought spinning resourceful was spend 1 resource. Yeah, look at this. I would spend 1 resource to play resourceful. This card allows me to non-link this card in my discard pile, even though there's nothing in index discard pile. So now we have the correct resourceful. Then it tried to play unexpected courage, which also does that. Fix that. Now it's actually trying to play scrying. It thinks it costs 2. Whatever. Okay, we're playing it for 1. Boom. We have scrying. Alright, nice. Although scrying only costs 1. What do you do for your second action? For the second action, I would just have played fine. Investigate the location. For my remaining actions, I would use my innate abilities and available cards to attempt. I would assess the shroud value. If I have any skill cards or assets that can boost my intellect to provide additional investigate abilities, I will investigate using them to increase your chance of success. Okay. So. Okay. Your base value is 2 and the shroud is 2. Which specific cards, if any, would you commit to the test? Please work. I would commit unexpected courage to the test, as it provides. If I'm willing to take the risk, I would... You don't have drawn to the flame. Oh, you do have drawn to the flame. Okay, got it. As Agnes player, playing the scenario, considering the cards in my hand, I would commit the following cards to investigation kit. She would commit 1 unexpected courage, boost 2. Okay. So, we are currently up to... Chaos token is the skull, which is -1. We got the clue. Oh, I should probably... Yep, there it is. We got the 1 clue. I don't believe it. Okay. So that was a -0. Okay, so let's go back to ChatGPT. Tell her the good news. Okay, good job. You pulled a 0 from the Chaos bag and passed the test after committing unexpected courage and got 1 clue. However, keep in mind, scrying is not in your hand anymore as you played it already. Now, what do you do for your final action? Action 3, move to a new location. What? Action 3, move to a new location. Since there are no other locations in play, I would use my final action to move to a different location, search for more clues, or progress the scenario. Okay. Okay, you can't move as there are no other locations. Your current options are draw a card, gain a resource, or investigate your location again. What do you do? Or investigate your location as there is still 1 clue. What do you do? Please, please. Investigate the location again. And it specifically says, even though the chances of success might be low without committing any cards, I would still take the opportunity. So she is not committing resourceful or drawn to the flame. So we're just going to do it again. Up 0, although in the first scenario, this is probably fine. 0. Okay, we did it. Good job, ChatGPT. ChatGPT. I'm so proud of you. Okay, congrats! You pulled another 0 and passed the test. Do you wish to spin the clues to advance to the next act now? Please say yes. I would spin the clues and advance to the next act. Perfect. Okay, so put into play the cellar side, hallway, cellar. Well, you're just here. You can't do anything. Okay, so that's it. Upkeep. Okay. Doom goes to 1 out of 3. And encounter core. Let's see how she reacts to this. Obscuring frogs. Okay. That's actually so freaking good. Okay. Okay, I hope it doesn't break doing all this. So, during your upkeep, you gain 1 resource, you now have 5, and drew an emergency chaos. When you advance the act, you move to a new location, the hallway, 1 shroud, 0 clues, and you can travel to 2 other locations, the cellar and the attic. You need 3 clues to get to the final act. What do you do? Action 1. Investigate the hallway. Since the hallway is a shroud of 1, I would attempt to investigate and gather the available clue. Given that I currently have no additional investigation cards in hand. Didn't I say? Yeah, 0 clue. Okay, the hallway currently has no clues. Are you sure that's your first action? Okay, move to the cellar. Action 1. Move to the cellar or attic. Where do you go? Cellar or attic. Choose one. Okay. As the player, considering the options between cellar and attic and the current state of the game, I would choose to go to the attic. This is based on potential clues available, any known objectives. Okay, well, we are going to the attic. So, action 1, go to the attic. Boom. After you enter the attic, take a horse. Did it know that? Whatever. Okay, and 1 shroud. That's very nice. Alright, you are in the attic. The attic has 1 shroud and 2 clues. What do you do? What? You've reached your limit of messages per hour. Please try again. Well, I guess I'll come back in an hour. Alright, we're back, and she responded. As Agnes Baker, with 1 shroud, I would investigate with 2 clues available, or prioritize investigating locations to gather as many clues as possible. Given the shroud is 1 compared to my intellect 2, if any chord, and again, I'm having to re-record this because I forgot I had my mic muted, so there's a bit of a log, but after that, it's a little vague, so I responded again and said, respond as if you were the one playing. The attic has 1 shroud and 2 clues. What do you do next? That kicks her into gear. So, she says she investigates. I would investigate using my first action to attempt to gather clues from the attic. Considering the shroud has a base intellect of 2, I have a reasonable chance of success. So I don't have any additional investigate-related cards in hand. I would rely on my base intellect value for this test. I would draw a chaos token, determine the outcome. If succeed, I would discover 1 clue from the attic, and she does the same thing. We did get the elder sign. I put it back in. Second one, 0. We get both the clues. That should not have... I did not clear out the clues. So these are gone. Okay. So, then... Congrats! Both investigations were successful. You have cleared out the attic, but still need 1 more clue to advance. As a reminder, you have 1 emergency cast, 1 fearless, 1 drawn to the flame in hand. You can move back to the hallway in which you lead you to a new location to the cellar. What do you do for your final action? For her final action, she moves back into the hallway, which is good because now she's in a location to get to more clues. Go. Done. So now we upkeep. We get a fire axe. That's gonna be very good against the thing. Doom goes to 2 out of 3. And our encounter chord is Dissonant Voice. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. During upkeep, you drew 1 fire axe and gained 1 resource. 6 total. During the Mythos phase, you drew 1 Dissonant Voices, meaning you won't be able to play assets or events this round. What do you do for your first action? And of course, ChatGPT really wants to investigate this hallway with 0 clues. So, I respond like, hey, the hallway currently has no clues. Do you still want to do that? Cue the GM noise, the typical GM thing. Are you sure you want to do that? You sure you want to poke the dragon while it's asleep? Okay, so after she remembered that the hallway has no clues, she draws a card to gain more options. Considering the hallway has no clues, and I'm unable to play assets or events this round due to dissonant voices, I would opt to draw a card as my first action, which is amazing. That's a pretty good move. Nice move. You drew a ward of protection. What do you do for your second action? With the drawn ward to the protection, here's my planned course of action for my second action. Action 2, move to the cellar. Since the hallway currently has no clues and investigating is not a viable option, I would decide to explore a new location. Considering the available options, I would use my second action to move to the cellar. This decision is based on the potential for clues or other relevant story elements that may aid in advancing the scenarios. I had thought that she was going to forget that she can move to the cellar, but congratulations, good. Okay, great. The cellar has a Shroud of 4 with 2 clues. What do you do for your last action? And this time she had a little headache about what was in her hand and what she could commit. So this is a little bit of a headache. So, action 3, investigate the cellar. Despite the challenging shroud value, I would take this opportunity to attempt to investigate in the cellar to gather the remaining clues needed to advance. Since the shroud value is high, I would consider committing any relevant cards from my hand that can boost my intellect or provide additional skill icons to increase my chances again. Again, she's responding as if she's giving me help and not actually doing the game. So, it's like, hey, first off, what cards do you have in hand? She said Fire Axe, Resourceful, Drawn to the Flame, Ward of Protection. She had somehow forgotten Emergency Cash and Fearless. I remind her, would you commit any of these cards to the skill test or would you hold on? Apologies. And she lists up her full hand. Given the challenging trial value in this area and the need to gather the remaining clues, here's my decision. I would choose to commit the Fearless card to the Investigation skill test, which, for people who know, Fearless has a will icon, not an intellect icon. Which I would tell her, Fearless has a will icon, not an intellect icon, so it can't be committed. Would you consider committing any of the other cards or no? I would not. I would choose not to commit any other cards to the Investigation skill test in the cellar. Given the high shroud value, the potential benefit from these cards might be better utilized in future rounds or in other situations where they can be more significant impact. And that's true. I mean, Drawn to the Flame can pick up those clues next action if she can. -2. We failed. Oh, well. However, we get Upkeep. A Shriveling. Also nice. This is going to get discarded. We're going to advance the Doom. I don't think this does anything. The lead investigator must decide. Either each investigator discards 1 card at random from his or her hand, or the lead investigator takes 2 horror. Okay. Okay, let's see what the AI wants to do from this scenario. Okay, so. Oh no, you weren't able to pass the skill test. During upkeep, you drew another card, 1 Shriveling, and gained 1 resource. 7 total. At the end of the round, you discarded the dissonant voices, and you'll be able to play assets and events going forward again. During the Mythos phase, the agenda advanced, and now you have to decide to discard 1 card at random from your hand, or take 2 horror. Which do you choose? Okay, she said I would choose to discard 1 card at random from my hand, instead of taking 2 horror. While discarding a card reduces my available options, taking 2 horror can have a more immediately and potential detrimental impact on Agnes Baker's well-being. By discarding a card at random, I maintain control over my investigator's health and sanity, giving me a better chance to strategize and overcome future challenges. Although Agnes Baker kind of likes to have high horror because of elder signs and stuff like that, but hey, you play how you want to play. Okay, let's see what we discard. First card is Ward of Protection. Oh, that's a bad one. I mean, I guess it's better than losing the Drawn to the Flame, assuming we don't get another Dissonant Voices. Okay, so we get a Swarm of Rats. That's annoying. I mean, it only has 1 fight, which isn't the worst, but yeah. Okay, let's see how ChatGPT responds to this. You discarded 1 Ward of Protection. During the Mythos phase, you drew a Swarm of Rats, and now they are engaged with you. They have 1 health and a combat skill of 1. They deal 1 damage per attack. What do you do? Please just... Like, I mean, it's okay to fight it, but Honestly, she should probably just play the Fire Axe or the Shriveling, take the attack of opportunity, and then kill it with that. Now, let's see what she does. Okay, first, action 1, engage the rats. She doesn't have to because they're automatically engaged. For action 2, attack. With the swarm of rats engaged, I would take advantage of my combat skills. You don't have combat skills to attack them. Given that they have 1 health and a combat skill of 1, I would use my available means to deal damage to eliminate them efficiently. Depending on the cards in hand, I would use my basic attack, play the Shriveling card, or consider the options that would maximize my chances of effect. Okay, again, she's being a little vague, so respond as if you were the one playing. How do you deal with the rats? Okay, this is a little complex for her, so what she's saying is engage the swarm of rats, attack the swarm of rats, attack with Shriveling. So what I'm going to do to move this along just a tad, I'm going to play the Shriveling. 1, 2, 3. Take the attack of opportunity, and then fight using the Shriveling. Okay, so we're currently up 4 to this fight. Let's do it. +1. The rats are dead. Okay. Congrats. The rats are dead, and now you have a Shriveling in play. What do you do for your last action? You still need 1 more clue to advance. Do you know Drawn of the Flame? I'm going to ask it what cards it has in hands and what do they do, because it should just Drawn to the Flame this. It should. So let's see if it knows what cards it has in its hand. It knows. Drawn to the Flame is an event card which allows me to investigate a location from a distance. Well, not from a distance, but yeah. When played, I can discover 2 clues from location without being present. This can be useful for doing a high shroud. Okay. Yeah, anyone who thinks the future is AI has never tried to do this. Like, come on now. Anyway, you also have 1 resourceful and 1 fire axe in hand. What do you do for your last action? Like, you know you have Drawn to the Flame. You kind of know what it does. Just do it. What? By playing resourceful, I not only gain the ability to reuse a valuable card. Okay, Drawn to your hand is currently in your hand. When did it think it played Drawn to the Flame? Or when did it think it got sent to the discard pile? Okay, Drawn to the Flame is currently in your hand. There is no need to play resourceful for this. What do you do? You know you have Drawn to the Flame in hand. You know what it does. What do you do? Come on. Come on. Investigate using Drawn to the Flame. Okay, we're there. Drawn to the Flame. We get the 2 clues. Well, first we get... Oh my god. First we get an encounter card because that's Drawn to the Flame. Draw the top card of the encounter deck. Then discover 2 clues at your location. Test 3 will. For each point you fail by, take a horror. Okay. Well, we can just grab these right now. Okay, so. Okay. You drew a Rotting Remains and must test Will 3 or take horror for each point you fail by. What cards do you commit, if any? I mean, committing Fearless for this is not actually the worst thing in the world. She's trying to commit Shriveling, which is in play. Oh my lord. Shriveling is in play and can't be committed. Only cards in hand may be committed. Okay, here are the remaining cards in hand. Emergency Cash and Fearless. I mean, you have Resourceful, but whatever. I mean, whatever. Considering it does not provide any icons. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Fearless does not provide any icons for willpower, but it has the beneficial effect on future tests by boosting willpower. What? I would not choose to commit any cards from hand to the test and Rotting Remains. Okay, I'm getting tired of this. We're just doing it. Up 2. It should be fine. -0. Got it. Okay. That gets discarded. Y'all didn't even... Oh, y'all did see it. Okay. Oh, y'all weren't seeing the chat GPT. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. I'm playing... I would commit Shriveling to the skill test. It's not in play. It's in play. Only cards in hand can be played. Jeez, Fearless does not provide will icons. It boosts willpower. Shut up, game. Okay, so upkeep. We get Heirloom of Hyperbia. After you play a spell, draw a card. I mean, those are nice icons. Doom goes to 1 out of 7, and encounter cards. A Ravenous Ghoul. That's gonna be a problem. I could tell right now. That is gonna be a problem. Okay. Okay, so during upkeep, you drew 1 Heirloom of Hyperbia and gained 1 resource, 5 total. During Mythos, you drew 1 Ravenous Ghoul, which has 3 health and 3 combat. I don't tell it the evade because I don't think it's gonna... Well, we can try. Who cares? 3 evade and deals 1 damage and 1 horror each attack. You need to get back to the hallway to spend the clues needed to advance. What do you do? It should just shrivel twice and then move. And hopefully shrivel twice and doesn't miss. Evade the Ravenous Ghoul. It knows that's an icon. Okay. Okay, it's attempting... Okay, evade the Ravenous Ghoul. Given the ghoul's high combat value and its ability to deal both damage and horror, engaging it in direct combat would be risky. Instead, I would choose to use my first action to attempt to evade it. With my agility of 3, I have a decent chance of success. You're right. To evade the ghoul, I would make the agility test. I would commit Heirloom of Hyperbia, which grants +1 agility to improve my odds. It apparently forgot it has Resourceful, which, I mean, it thinks it can pull Drawn to the Flame, so I don't know why it wouldn't do that. Anyway, we're testing 1 up. Hopefully, let me show you. Hopefully we succeed. Oh my god, if we succeed this. -1, it succeeded, it's evaded. It moves up for 1. So then... Jeez and Pete's. Okay, so we're going to spin clues at the end. Okay, so what do we do? What do we do? Okay. Okay, congrats! You managed to evade the ghoul and move into the hallway. You can either gain a resource or draw a card. What do you do? Like, if this were me, I would not risk drawing a card and pulling the weak... Although I don't know what her weakness is or how bad it is for her. I know the random we got is basically worth... It does nothing. Whatever, let's see what it does. Action. Gain a resource. Okay, I don't think I would do that. She could have also played a Fire Axe. Oh. Okay. Oops, I forgot you also had a Fire Axe in your hand and you could have played. Would you rather have played the axe or gain the resource? She should probably play the resource because that's very, very good. Okay, given the opportunity to play the Fire Axe, a powerful weapon, I reassess my previous decision. Considering the potential benefits of having the Fire Axe in play, I would choose it to play it rather than gain the resource. Okay, so we have an axe. I don't know if I gain a resource. Doesn't really matter. So then we are ready for the Ghoul. We're ready as we're ever going to be for the Ghoul Priest. So let's advance the act. 4 clues. Done. The barrier blocking the portaler has vanished. Reveal the portaler. Done. Put the set-aside leader Chandler into play in the portaler. And put one of the set-aside Ghoul Priest in the hallway. Which engages a few. So, if the Ghoul Priest is defeated, advance. So, when did this happen? When the round ends. Okay, so first we would have gone our upkeep. Upkeep, a drawn to the flame. Nice. Doom goes to 2, and we draw an encounter. A ghoul minion. Like, it could reasonably just go into the parlor and resign and end this scenario. I wonder if it's going to do that. Okay, when you spent your clues to advance, a new location appeared, the parlor, which has the action to resign and finish the scenario. Also, Leader Chandler spawned there as well. I'm just going to assume it knows what Leader Chandler does, even though it probably doesn't. I am trying to kind of railroad it into just leaving because, my God, it's just taking too long. A ghoul priest spawn. Engage a few. It has 4 fight, 5 health, 4 evade. Okay, when you spent your clues to advance, a new location appeared, the parlor, which has the action to resign and finish the scenario. Also, lead a Chandler spawn there as well. A ghoul priest spawn. Engage a few and has 4 fight, 5 health, 4 evade. If you manage to kill it, the scenario will also end. During upkeep, you drew 1 drawn to the flame and gained 1 resource, 5 total. During Mythos, you drew a ghoul minion that has 2 fight, 2 health, and 2 evade. What do you do? Honestly, it should just go into the polar and run. Like, either go in the polar and run, or just beat the thing with the fire axe. She can definitely kill this thing with a fire axe. Okay, let's see what it does. Let's see. Please just end it. Engage the ghoul freeze. Okay, it's attacking the ghoul priest. It's attacking. It's going to try to commit drawn to the flame, which it can't do. Okay, it does not know what fire axe does. No surprise there. I think it's gives +1 combat, +1 damage. It has base combat value of +1, meaning it adds +1 to your combat when you attack with it. It also deals 1 damage to the target when the attack is successful. That is not true. It only gives +1 damage if you have no resources. And during the attack, using your fire axe, spend 1 resource, you get +2 for this skill test. So let's see what happens when it learns that. Okay, it still did it wrong. The fire axe provides 1 bonus to your fight when used for attack. No, it does not. Okay, keeping that in mind, what do you do for your first action? Oh, please. Okay, again, it's already engaged. Okay, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It is engaged. What do you do next? Oh my God. Okay, this is... Okay, the only chord in hand you can commit is 1 resourceful for 1 skill icon. Remember the special effect of the fire axe to spend resources to gain skill value. You currently have 5 resources to spend. You also still have 1 shriveling in play. What do you do? Using the fire axe and spending resources. Since I have the fire axe in play, I would spend 2 resources from my resource pool to gain +4 to the test. Okay, I mean, that's not terrible. I would probably do all 3, but hey, what do I know? So, 4, 6 to 4. You're only up 2. Yeah, you're only up 2. Okay. I mean, only up 2, I say. In this scenario, up 2 should be fine. Let's see. 0. Okay. That is only 1 damage because you still have resource and pool. Congrats! You hit with the attack and dealt 1 damage. You still have shriveling, fire axe, and 3 resources left. What do you do? Fight with the ghoul priest using the shriveling spell and spend resources. You can't do both, but it says fight using the shriveling, so we're going to fight with shriveling. Since shriveling makes it a will test, you are currently 5 to its 4. You could commit a fearless or a drawn to the flame to increase your chances by 1 each. What do you do? And commit the fearless chord. Since the shriveling spell requires will test and I have a base will of 5 compared to the ghoul priest combat value of 4, I have a decent chance of success. To further increase my chances, I would commit the fearless chord from my hand to grant +1, and you would heal 1 horror. Well, you're not going to die from horror, so it's fine. So, second action. And this does +1 damage, right? It does. Oh, my lord. Okay. -4. Oh, no! And it retaliates. Since it retaliates, it takes 2 and 2. It lost. It literally lost because of that. It has absolutely nothing you can do. It was so close. So close. Oh no, you drew a -4 and failed the attack. The Ghoul Priest hits you for 2 damage and 2 horror. You currently only have 2 health and 5 horror left, so if it hits you again, you'll die. What do you do for your final action? It should just try to evade. Attempt to evade. It's actually halfway decent at the game. I'm just going to say it commits the Fearless because I'm sure it forgot. Whatever. Can it even pull anything back from Resourceful? I should probably. Let's be sure for the YouTube. You currently have 1 chord in your hand. You can commit to this skill test. 1 Resourceful. Would you like to commit? Yes, I would like to commit 1 Resourceful to the skill test. Perfect. We are currently even. If we don't get a 0, we just lose. +1. You succeed to live another day. Oh my Lanta. Okay. So this thing's going to hit you for 1 and 1. That. Upkeep. That's fine. Doom goes to there. And we get... Oh, no. I mean, there's nothing she can even commit to this. So we're just going to do this straight up. -1. Oh, it was so close. It was so... Did y'all even see this? No, you didn't even see it. We drew a Grasping Hands. Chest 3 agility. For each point you fail by, take a damage. We drew a -1, which killed us. We could have so won this. She drew a Drawic Memory, which was completely worthless. But that's it. That's the scenario. That is ChatGPT plays Arkham Horror. It did a hell of a lot better than I expected, and it also did a hell of a lot worse. It should have just shriveled that thing 3 times. Although it still would have failed. Anyway, that is it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I have no idea if I'm going to be playing something like this again. That was... Oh my god, that was horrible. But I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, take care.